Andrew and Caroline use their background in teaching to develop inclusive digital resources to teach vocabulary and improve science literacy. They aim to provide work experience opportunities which positively welcome people with learning difficulties. They are excited about their latest project that they're involved in, a literacy-based co-created game by students in collaboration with CAF. Awesome. So I'm going to hand over to Caroline.
I'm not used to using one of these. So I'm a teacher and you'd think this was easy, but I'm actually quite nervous. So what I'm hoping to do is just give you just a taste of kind of our journey, and then just be really open about any of the struggles that we've had, any of the kind of setbacks and the lessons that we've learned, in the hope that you guys, because most of you probably are starting your own enterprises and things like that, so maybe there's something in this for you, and I hope there'll be questions. So, like Mike said, I'm Caroline, and you're just going to have to imagine a tall, beautiful, very intelligent person who knows a lot more than me next to me. That's Andrea, and yes, I had to send her home because she was looking a bit peaky. But yeah, so apologies, it's just me. So there is a sentence, top left. Anyone guess what it means? Hands up, because you're going to imagine your students. What does it mean? It's the key to your exam success. Any idea? No. Okay, so it says vocabulary is the biggest predictor of academic success. And the quote at the bottom is something that we experience a lot as teachers. So we are dealing with a curriculum which is very, very heavy in new and complex vocabulary, and probably about 30 to 40% of your students in your class will struggle with these words. There might be 10 new really difficult words every lesson to learn. We use our background. We were teaching full-time until April this year. I'm running the project from about January, and it just became a bit too big, so we put the teaching aside for a bit and decided to focus on this project, building inclusive digital resources for students to teach vocabulary, specifically in science, because we're both science teachers. At the same time, what we'd love to do, because it's something that a lot of our students are passionate about, is provide inclusive routes into tech, particularly for those with learning differences. Our project at the moment that we're working on is a series of videos which use evidence-based strategies that we know work in the classroom and that research says work, to teach science in an inclusive, accessible way. So we use animations, we use lots of pedagogical techniques that I won't list now, but if anybody's interested, I can give you a link and you can have a look. We've been doing an impact study because we'd love our work to be really rooted in evidence. We're running that with the Centre for Inclusive Education at University College London, and they've been amazing in terms of the advice and support that they've given us, so we really owe them a lot. We're also really excited at the moment. We're running a project with CAFE, which stands for Computers Are Free for Everyone. They have an amazing school in Bangladesh which teaches coding, computer, software design to students. And these are some examples of the designs that the students are working collaboratively on. They'll be turned into characters for a game which is going to be teaching literacy. So students from the age of about 11, some of them are involved with designing the characters, design bits for the game. Some of them are involved with writing the program, digitizing the designs. We're quite excited. If you want to have a look it's a shameless plug for cafe, but it shouldn't be shameless because they're amazing. Cafebd.org, that's their website, and their current fundraising activity that they're doing the world's biggest computer game created by children. They're making an attempt at codeme.club. So if you know any small people, get them to log into codeme.club and they can build part of the game and it's involved in a world record attempt to raise money for them. Acknowledgements, because I and Andrea, we owe Leeds a huge amount. When we moved up in April, we came to the first Tech for Good event. It was awesome, and it just kind of gave us this really, really warm welcome to Leeds, especially the lightning talks. I'm really looking forward to hearing those, because it was just amazing how many ideas, how many people really motivated to set up interesting things there were. Also, I mentioned these lovely people as well. Lots of people given their time for free. Lots of people shared their expertise. Lots of people kind of really invested in trying to build new things. So yeah, lessons learned. There's been a lot. I think for me personally, it's the kind of the public aspect. I don't know. Like something like this is quite terrifying. And also Twitter. Twitter. When I first went onto Twitter, I used to agonize over every single tweet. There was just something about it. So we are actually at the moment looking for anybody with a kind of teaching background that might be interested in kind of being a face and just doing all that stuff that Andy and I hate. But yeah, lessons learned. So test early and often. So from the very beginning, we were doing focus groups. We spent huge amounts of money on pizza for people, just trying to get them to tell us what they think. And just lots and lots of kind of really just asking questions and asking lots and lots of different people, just the biggest variety as you can. Neither Andy and I know how to code. We are trying to learn. It's not impossible, but you need people on board who obviously know how to do the tech side of things. In terms of resources, we're looking at free coding classes, so there's some really good links on there as well. We're part of the, I don't know, do we have any teachers? Any teachers? Yeah. You're on your, you're here on your way. Okay. Yeah. So UCL Educate. If you're building enterprise with an education focus, with a tech focus, UCL Educate are really helpful. We're on their program for October. School of Social Entrepreneurs. They're based in London, but they have a program which you go down for a couple of days every month, so it's doable from Leeds, and quite. Do they have a Leeds base as well? Excellent. Okay. Women-driven development. I went to one of their hackathons and I spoke to a few people there. They're awesome as well, because what they're trying to do is connect charities, companies with a social purpose, with developers who want to share their time for free, and their specific focus is on diversifying tech. So they're awesome. If you haven't been to their website, it's on the board. On the board. I'm still in the classroom. Okay, so I don't know how long that was. Too long. Can I have any questions?
Could you explain kind of like a specific intervention? I'm guessing all those great graphics that are on there. So the video is animated. And how does an intervention kind of work with for the pupil?
With the pupil, yeah. So all of these kind of graphics are lifted from a series we're doing at the moment. It's like a video series to try and demystify some of the really key topics in physics. So there's lots of misconceptions in physics, and most of these are quite embedded into students' kind of knowledge at a very early age. So something like electricity. Who can explain what electricity? I'm not gonna. That's not a question. Don't worry. But something like electricity, if you do not understand it, you struggle at GCSE. You struggle kind of applying that knowledge, and students with speech language communication needs or any kind of other barriers to learning struggle particularly with these kind of abstract concepts as well. So the idea with this video series is it's a pre-learning tool. So students could be given this before they go into the classroom. It sets them up with a longer processing time. So instead of going into a classroom where your teacher, hard-pressed, very stressed, is kind of trying to do all those amazing applications and kind of experiments with electricity, there's no time for some students to have that extra processing that they need in order to really get the point of what they're doing. So that's the idea behind this.